In 1981, paintball began in the woods as a survival game. As the game has evolved, so have the players and the equipment they use. Today's player can get his hands on gear that was only dreamed of at the dawn of the sport, all of which makes the game more exciting and more sophisticated. Woodsball has little in common with tournament paintball. Tournament gear can become a major disadvantage if you're looking to become an advanced woodsballer. When you shop for woodsball gear, you should start with equipment that plays comfortably during games in the weeds and in the woods. There is a big difference between the inflatable bunkers of tourney ball and the more sophisticated jungle warfare of woodsball. Tourney ball is fast-paced with little room for tactics and strategy. The requirements of a tourney paintball gun are simple. Lean out from the bunker and spray lots of paint. Woodsball demands much more from a paintball gun. The player must carry the gun on patrol for extended periods, and he must be prepared to snap the gun to shooting position the moment contact is made. Rather than just leaning around inflatable bunkers, the woods player fights around and through a variety of different obstacles. His gun must be low, balanced, and flexible. Just like the military firearms used by professionals whose lives depend on them, woods paintball guns must adapt to any type of natural or man-made cover available. Most paintball guns are improperly balanced. They were designed to allow a player to play behind standing obstacles. These gun configurations lead to muscle fatigue and an unnatural feel while you're aiming. Most paintball guns were designed to snap to the side and shoot around inflatables. Woodsball guns must snap up and to the shoulder with lightning speed. A properly balanced gun rolls easier to your shoulder, and it comes to aim with a natural motion. To do this, it must balance somewhere between the trigger and the front of the handguard, just like a military firearm. With the right gun, you'll aim more instinctively, and you'll paint the enemy much more quickly. Another consideration for woodsball games is what is called a sight profile. Basically, it's a question of how much of you is sticking out of the weeds when you're crawling or posting up. A smaller sight profile makes it easier to hide behind obstacles in the woods, and easier to belly down on the grass. As technically advanced as the space guns are, anything too tall will get you eliminated. Having a good stock or brace on the back of your paintball gun will make a huge difference in stabilizing your shooting platform. You can't expect to shoot accurately in the woods if your paint gun floats all around in front of your face. Just as good balance makes it easier to aim quickly, a stock keeps your aim rock solid and on target. 500 years of military experience can't be wrong. Bracing your gun against your shoulder will make you a better shot. A good stock also helps you bring to aim quickly and accurately. You don't always walk around with your paint gun aimed down range, but knowing that you can roll your paint gun to your shoulder the instant you see something and hit it is a major advantage. A paintball gunfight boils down to a contest of who can dial in their shot first. If you can snap your shot with deadly ease, you'll be tough to beat. Team play is definitely the way to go in woodsball, but since you can't always see each other, you'll need radios to stay in contact. With microphones and earpieces, you'll maintain stealth and keep your team's game ticking like a Swiss watch. I have the enemy in sight.
Give us 1 minute. You flank to the east and roll up behind the flag.
Roger that. Wait 1 minute, then flank to the east. Many FRS radios have privacy channels called side frequencies. It keeps local radio chatter from finding its way into your game. I have a clean shot.
Roger. Okay, take the shot.
That's one.
Roger, that's one. Go! 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 Alright, that's two. T-box is clean. Okay, advance on the flag. Alright, that's box! Roger, suppressing fire! Get the flag! Get the flag! Alright, now get out of here! Go, go, go! Go, go!
Tourney ballers spent years trying to convince us that camo wasn't cool. But when you talk woods ball, you've got to talk camo. Camouflage fools the eye, blending your shape into the natural surroundings. Great woods ballers are stealthy woods ballers. Your enemy can't shoot what he can't see. Some players use ghillie suits to enhance their camouflage, but camouflage works best when you're moving slowly or not moving at all. If you're on the move, get there fast and stop. Woods ball players utilize the terrain to their advantage. By lining up trees and underbrush, you'll block the lines of sight from the other team. This is called tree walking. Used in conjunction with camo, tree walking makes it possible to take ground without blowing your stealth advantage. Advanced woods ballers invest in a few other goodies to make the game more comfortable. The terrain is unpredictable, so ankle protection is important. Many players also have knee and elbow pads. Head wraps and other forms of protection reduce the ouch factor and promote paintball bounces. Woods ball players, especially scenario players, need to carry everything and the kitchen sink. Some scenario games last hours or even days. Things like paintballs, radios, squeegees, swabs, maps, tools, or even water can give you the winning advantage. When looking into a paintball vest, comfort is king. Choose your gear based on your needs and your primary field position. You'll need to carry the right tools and the perfect amount of air and paint to properly perform your role on the team. Playing with a team of players is better than just playing on your own. Teams not only give you more eyes and ears on the field, but working together makes it easier to slice through the opposition and win games. In the funky math of combat, 4 guys working together is more powerful than 8 guys working alone. When everyone plays their role, a team works like a merciless flag-eating machine. To maximize the team advantage, each player should master at least one specialized field position. The commander is the team's cerebral cortex. He strikes the plan and he coordinates the team to make it all happen. Much like the quarterback, the commander drifts back a little to call the plays as the action unfolds. But don't imagine that the commander doesn't mix it up. In pivotal, high-intensity moments, sometimes the best way to lead is in the front. The most important piece of equipment that a commander carries is his radio. Otherwise, the commander carries a light gear kit with a good medium rifle and enough paint to get him through the game. Snipers. Some say they don't exist in paintball. Others say they do. Most snipers don't care what anyone thinks anyway. They are part defense, part reconnaissance, part flanking team, and the full-on most patient team member on the field. When played effectively, the sniper acts as a force modifier. He's one player who can play like 10. An effective sniper runs light and lean. He carries nothing to get in the way of his camouflage. His distinctive ghillie suit is nearly a cloak of invisibility. With good ghillie, you can almost step on the sniper and still not know he's there. His radio is set up so that with a minimal amount of movement, he can call back to his commander and tell him what's going on. He is prepared to spend a lot of time hugging turf, and he must have nerves of steel. Going head to head, one sniper in an ambush against a force of many takes patience and guts. When you need speed, you call in the dagger. He's not only the flanking specialist, but he's the fastest person on your team. Give him a small gap in your opponent's line, and he'll turn it into a gaping hole. He may push the limits of your team's front lines, but the best daggers know how to get close to the envelope before they get themselves eliminated. The gear of the dagger is all about speed. He carries only enough paint to make it through a game, and not much more. His paint gun is small and maneuverable. He needs to be able to make fast, furious moves into tight spots. Everything from his shoes to his goggles are chosen to help him slip into small spaces and do it fast. To give the dagger the cover he needs, you call in a broadsword. His job is to put paint in the air, so much paint that the opposition can't even think about moving. This is not a position for the timid or the lightweight. He's not fast on the draw, but a good broadsword player is worth every pull of the trigger. A heavy rifleman's job is, of course, to lay paint, so he needs to carry as much paint as possible. Reaching to maximum range is critical for the broadsword. A flatline barrel system will give him more distance and a flatter trajectory. A low shooting profile is important because much of the heavy rifleman's work is done flat on his belly. To really put the opposition's face in the mud, you'll wish you had the hammer. This specialty player is the most intimidating on the field. With a rate of fire that's unequaled, the hammer can saturate an area with so much paint that nothing is safe. The difference between a hammer and a broadsword is like the difference between a Ford F-250 and a Mack truck. They both do the same job, but the hammer does it with extreme prejudice. As has often been said, it's not the paintball with your name on it that you should worry about, but it's the other 200 behind it. It takes a special personality and a bulging wallet to man the big guns. Playing hammer is not for the faint of heart. The Saber Medium Rifleman brings the team together. When someone on your team gets hit, it's the Saber who fills the position. He can play as the dagger, broadsword, or commander at any time. This player's role changes on the field constantly, as he might be called upon to assist a teammate or fill his position. He is a well-rounded player with the skill and equipment to fit any role. One of the greatest contributions of the medium rifleman is to run point for the squad. By playing a very careful and cagey point, the Saber can spook and ambush, luring the opponents to give away their positions before they can do any damage. Since the Saber covers all the positions, his gear needs to be flexible. He carries more paint than a dagger, has less firepower than a broadsword, not as much camo as a sniper, and the communication setup of a commander. Once you have your field positions in order, you can start practicing as a team. Like in football, having a tight playbook will help your team operate more smoothly on the field. During a game, your plays need to be executed without hesitation, so drill your players before you put them up against actual competition. Running plays is a lot harder than it seems, so practice communication and the use of your radio. Good defense is the key to rocking offense. If your defenders are super tough and smart, you can leave very few guys behind while you send all the rest on the offense. A great defense is a small but victorious defense. If your D guys love their job, they can rack up kill counts like nobody else on the team. The Lazy D is a two-part plan. Part 1, absolutely everyone stays back and sucks the other team into a trap. Part 2, the attack element rushes out and hammers the remaining opposition. By stacking all of your players on defense, you can cut the other team down to size before you launch aggressive maneuvers. This is an especially good plan when you're heavily outnumbered. By leaving one side of the field open all the way to their base, these clever defenders lure the attack patrol deep into their trap. The sniper will take the first shot, and then the rest of his buddies will open up. Within moments, your opponent's assault team will be decimated. Now, with the other team whittled down, it's time to regroup and launch a major offensive. If you choose to play a lazy defense, don't get so lazy that you forget to launch your attack element with time to spare. In this case, the attacking team used suppression fire to keep the defenders' heads down. While the opponents couldn't move, the dagger swung around to the side in what's called a flanking maneuver and got a clean shot on them. A variation is a pincer move, in which two squads work their way up opposite sides of the field. When they both reach the opposition's goal line behind their flag, the two squads will attack at the same instant. This is a devastating strategy if the opposition whistles out and decides to play all defense. No defense can stand up to a coordinated pincer attack. With fire coming from all angles, the hunkered down defenders will find themselves in a merciless storm of fire. Hit them with a pincer attack and they'll think twice about playing all defense again. This is paintball the way the founders envisioned it. Fast, furious, and lots of fun. There's a whole world out there of advanced woodsball play, far from the tourney field. Suit up and take your game to the next level. Join the Woodsball Revolution.